Henry Kissinger turned 100 recently.
Proving there is no God.
I
Keeping
mean,
it 100.
It's amazing. It really is amazing. It's amazing.
I feel like he gets a new lease on life every time somebody talks about his death.
But it's interesting to watch this and wonder, like, shouldn't you have to, if you have engaged in the things that Henry Kissinger is engaged in and created the sheer number of deaths and misery that Henry Kissinger has created in his long career, it seems fitting that at the very least, regardless of your age, that you should have to account for that in some manner. And that's why I think what this is so well done. This is Jonathan Geyer, right?
Yeah, with Vox. He's been on the Kissinger beat for a while. I think we covered last time when
Was this with Vox, or did he do this for Vox, or did he do it for...
I think he did
it was
do it
some
for
other
Vox.
outfit, I thought it was.
Maybe we're wrong, but he was at... He basically parked himself outside of Kissinger's 100th birthday gala a few months ago, and he documented everybody he could find that was going to attend it, and also tried to speak to them and ask them questions.
Yeah, at least last May he wrote the piece, Henry Kissinger is 100 for Vox, but his legacy is still shaping how U.S. foreign policy works. And that's actually the bigger problem, is all these other people around him acting like it's okay to accept this guy.
That's
Yes.
exactly it. I mean, the fact that he's not a pariah is the story.
And here he is asking him questions in the wake of the 50th anniversary of the coup. The U.S. really, orchestrated, midwifed coup against Salvador Allende that installed Pinochet into power in Argentina.
Dr. Kissinger?
Sure.
It's also 50 years since Pinochet. Do you have any reflections on
he doesn't,
Pinochet?
sir. Thank you very much.
I'm a member of the press,
That's
a member
fine.
of the council.
I'm sure you are, but we're trying to get him in his car.
Dr. Kissinger, any
Thank you
comments
very
on
much.
Cambodia, Laos, 5 decades later? A lot of alleged war crimes have been documented by historians and reporters. Dr. Kissinger, 50 years since Pinochet. Any comment on 50 years since the military junta in power in Chile? We have privilege to speak with you about some of the allegations regarding Pinochet.
It's just an important thing. It's not, it's not the end all be all, but it really is important for, just for history, just for, even if there's one person who sees that and goes, what's that about?
Yeah.
There's value in it.
I think global diplomacy and governance too. The same thing with this is a blob problem with the foreign policy establishment, because there was all these professionals, even I followed and got good information from on Twitter, that were shocked that Ilhan was so unkind to Elliot Abrams. And it's what world are you living in? You're supposed to know more than us about this stuff, and you're acting like we can just accept Elliot Abrams to lunch.
Yeah, it's cocktail circuit brain, right? Or in Washington D.C. And also, we have a sickness in this country where power is celebrated for power's sake. But anyway, Jonathan Geyer, it's not easy to do that kind of stuff and wait out there, and there's always
journalists should be doing. They should be
agree.
Oh, what do you think about Ukraine, Mr. Kissinger? You're the august wise sir you are.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Let's go to the IMs. Leftist boycott. Leftist claybot. David Feldman is on as a proud member of the Econo Lodge EZ8 Motel Group, i.e. the Feldman Fan Club. Count me in. Cho, did you see Hassan and Cenk debating about police? I did not. Vermont Ben. Did you see Jimmy Dore's ridiculous praise for Matt Gaetz in his comparison? I did, actually, on Twitter. I didn't see the video. On Twitter, I just said, I said Dore is so laughably stupid.
Yeah.
Almost that paraphrase.
Peter Allard would be very proud.
I'm sure the Allard estate still is.
Oh, he's gone. But his legacy
died
still
a couple of
remains?
years ago, but
Oh.
his will remains.
Chris Serda, casual hello on this casual Friday. I miss AI Feldman. Because that's what we heard from.
Oh, right.
It wasn't.
Yeah, the real Feldman's gone.
Real Feldman's gone. That was AI Feldman. It's just that he's doing.
It's just very accurate.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing. Sam, how do you not see that you can get stand-up comedian David Feldman to debate Crowder? Let David walk where you couldn't. Left is best. Sam upstaters have started to defend NYC against crime BS, but it hurts my very soul. If anyone can bash NYC, it's upstaters only. Prairie Fire Kowalski. Howdy, I'm a majority report. It's 53 degrees with a frost advisory, so I'm ready for the fall. Cooler weather, changing leaves, thousands of workers on the streets, tearing the capitalist class a new one. Pumpkin spice is back. Left is vengeance. Prof. Kincaid. Okay. This is a long one. I don't know if I can read all of it, but hi, Sam, longtime listener, but I think the show is a blind spot when it comes to certain types of U.S. intervention. I've been a listener long enough to remember that during the Libyan Revolution, you supported U.S. intervention through airstrikes. Your argument was that we couldn't sit by and let the Libyan army kill rebels and civilians. Well, that is a simplicity of it. It was actually more that I felt that we needed a process to stop impending genocide, and the only process that I felt at that time that could do that was the United Nations. And so when the United Nations okayed it, the Security Council, Russia, China, as well as the US, I can't remember who was on the council at that time, that because I do think that it was important that we have a mechanism in which to stop genocide, and that mechanism should be an international one. That's why I supported it. That I have no way of assessing whether a genocide is really going to happen or not in any given instance. But if the U.S., China, and Russia agree, then that's why I supported it. They went beyond the mandate of the UN. And maybe that should have been obvious that that's what they would do. But it wasn't to China, and it wasn't to Russia. And I don't think we'll ever be able to do that again, get them on board to stop a genocide. And I think we've missed that boat has gone. But in that way.